Now, the UK's biggest supermarket, Tesco, is back in profit. After the worst results in its history last year, it announced pre-tax profits of £162 million for the year to February. A drive toward lower prices and stocking fewer products is thought to have helped. Our business correspondent Emma Simpson has a story.
Tesco, it's been through some torrid times and sales have been on the slide. Now they're on the up, with the first quarterly sales growth in 3 years.
We're seeing more people simply choose to walk into a Tesco versus a year ago. So the number of visits is increasing. The number of transactions is increasing. And the number of items that they're buying as customers within Tesco is increasing.
Was this just a flash in the pan, or is it the start of a sustained recovery?
No, it's not a flash in the pan. It's the culmination of a series of very deliberate things that myself and the team have done over the course of the year.
So what have they been up to here in the aisles? Tesco's been cutting prices, improving customer service and reducing the range of its products.
Take cereal. There used to be nearly 20% more products here on these shelves. Too many sizes and similar items. Now they've stripped back the focus, they say, to give customers what they want.
The prices are easier than they used to be. They're less than they used to be on certain items.
I do a lot of comparison shopping, and I do notice Tesco's is slightly cheaper than Morrison's on some occasions.
No, not really, no. It's still the same as far as I can see.
But this is new. They've taken a bit of flack for these fictional farm names. Tesco's trying to beat discounters like Aldi and Lidl at their own game with these budget bags of everyday fruit and veg. But investing in lower prices is costing it dear. 4 years ago, Tesco made nearly £4 billion in annual pre-tax profit. Today, it was just £162 million.
They're only making 0.3 pence for every pound that's been spent at the tills in Tesco's. And previously that could have been as high as 8 pence in every pound. So that's a fraction of what they were making previously. So they've got to really start to drive more people into their stores.
That's not easy when these discounters are growing fast. Tesco's share price fell sharply today as it warned profits would remain under pressure. It may now be in better shape, but Tesco's recovery needs all the help it can get. Emma Simpson, BBC News.
Well, with me now is Paul Thomas. He's a senior consultant at Retail Remedy, which is a global retail consultancy firm. You just saw him in that report there. Have they finally got their act together, Tesco? The country's biggest retailer, one of the biggest in the world, actually. They've had a torrid time, haven't they?
They certainly have, and it certainly would appear that the Q4 results they published this morning have been much better than previously, and as they reported, a return to growth. So I think they should be applauded and celebrated for doing that. There's been a tough year, some tough decisions, but some right decisions, we think, at Retail Remedy. Have they turned the corner? I don't think so yet. It's still a long way to go, but it's certainly heading in the right direction.
In the right direction. We heard the chief executive there say transactions are increasing, people visiting has increasing, the numbers, and the number of items that they're buying is increasing. But they're still a long way away from the golden years of, 2010, 2011?
Exactly, yes. I mean, they were looking at £4 billion profit there, and today reported 162. And I mentioned earlier in the piece earlier that that's 0.3% for every pound that's spent in Tesco's. And previously that was nearly 8% in every pound. So there's a long way to go. And Tesco's, the nature of the business that it is, it's all about volume and driving volume. Now, thankfully they've reported a 3% increase in volume for last year, so they're selling more products from last year, and a 2.8% increase in transactions. So they are serving more people than they were previously for the last quarter only. The previous 3 quarters were still quite tough. So it is just Q4. So the results would have been slightly stronger had Q4 been representative of the full year.
We know that the likes of Lidl and Aldi, the discounters, they're doing very, very well. They're eating into the margins of the established providers. But why is it Tesco's been hit so much harder, it seems, than the others?
I think they're the biggest, so they've had more to lose.
Right.
They've had obviously some issues previously with some accounting problems. And I think maybe they were a little bit complacent, and I think a lot of bit of trust from the supplier base and certainly from the customer too. And I think they're starting to win that back now. And I think that some of the work that Dave Lewis and his team have done to put more colleagues on the shop floor and invest in that frontline people is the right thing to do. And that's helped to drive better customer service and better availability in stores, and therefore a better customer experience.
Okay, Paul Thomas from Retail Remedy, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.